This is where we're going, right here. And I've done this one more than once, and I attempted it more than once, and I've done it. This will be hopefully the second time that I complete it. But I came at it from this way on the other over here and up, and then the last time we were over on this side behind it, and we came up, and I think we just got to like right, well, I'm not even pointing to right here. And now we're gonna work our way up these to it right there, see if we can get up to the top. We're getting in closer here, and I noticed there was a road or a cut, and I didn't see it, but then I saw this right here. If you look right there, right there's like, it's a mine, but they always look like big gopher holes, you know, basically the gopher pushes the dirt out, and that's what that is. And that road gets you to it, but I think that road comes in off of, there's a ranch just on the other side, private property, and it comes in off of that. This is all Forest Service. And here's my least favorite thing about out here, these agaves. And I don't know enough about them, but I think these are century plants, so they supposed to bloom once a century and then die. So this one bloomed recently. There's a bunch of them around here. So we can jump off of this cut. There's that mine right there. And we can start heading over that way, because that's the way we're gonna go. All right? This is all that rocky, grassy stuff, so okay, careful not to roll ankles. You know, you got it's all rocks. So if you look at these fields, they look like these nice pastures, and really they're just all these landmines. So you got to be careful with foot placement, as you can easily roll an ankle, and if you fall, it's not going to be a soft landing. Here's our spot right here. We're going to go under. So I can fit my pack and everything under there. Usually I roll, but this one I'm just going to scoot because I'm too lazy to take my pack off. There we go. Yep. So there's our target right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this way, then walk the saddle over. So look what we found out here, even in the winter. I want to say that that's like a gopher snake or a king snake. I'm not going to mess with them, but you still got to watch out here, even when it's cold. So we're at that first summit. Our other hike, we were down over there. So all we have to do here, is just go up, walk the ridge line, and we'll be on the summit we're hunting for right over there. It's still a pretty decent little hike, and the only thing I'm concerned about is the weather, but I have a feeling it's just going to go right by us. And we'll find out, I guess. All right? There's where we're going. Right there, right over there, you can see the top of that little peak where we just were. We hiked up from there, up over the ridge line, and back to where we are. And we're only, I don't know, a quarter mile from the summit. And there's where we're going, right there. It's our destination.
It's there.
Yeah. And that's when I said we were at the peak, that's where we were. Right over there, right behind that tree. And then we hiked around up this one here, and then around the ridge, then up the ridge line to where we're at. Now we just got one little more ascent to the summit, and we're there. We're going to do that now, and hopefully the weather continues to cooperate. And this is the last little bit up to the summit. And here it is. And I'm gonna guess that that little piece of quartz right there is the summit marker. That little piece of quartz right there. And here's your view. We did it all the way up. 4F benchmark is I'm gonna look it up because now I'm curious. I hike a lot of these summits and they're called benchmark, and this one is called 4F benchmark. And so I'm wondering, probably a benchmark is a standard or something that you set, and so the benchmark is probably, this is where the standard is set, maybe for the rest of the range or the rest of whatever they call a group of ranges or whatever it is. But there's the marker for the benchmark. The weather's coming in from like southwest to northeast or whatever. Pretty sure that's close. And you can, if you look out there in the distance, if you can see, we're right at the rain level right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to get down out of here before we get too wet. And these Dragoon mountains get hammered like ridiculous amounts of rain. So if we get stuck in the rain out here, it's likely gonna be, we're gonna have to hunker down and ride it out. We're gonna reverse our course. We're gonna go from here down along the ridge line over to that hump, and then down to that hump, then down to the fingers, down to the road. And more on the wildfires here. This whole stand of, I don't know if they were old junipers or what they were, but these are all dead trees from the last, or either the last one or the wildfire before. It's really neat to look at. I like how those old dead trees look. Nice walk out along this ridge line to that first bump over there, and then a left to the north takes us over the last one, and then it's just a descent. So down in this direction here is where we were, and down in those where that mountain, Shope's Peak, and them come down, and this stuff comes down right in there's the Dragoon Spring. And we did a video on hiking to that point down there, just right there, from the Dragoon spring. And that was a billy goat hike, and by the time we got there we were totally pooped. There was no going the rest of the way. We called it quits. But today we made it. That's the last little bump, and then from that bump we're just gonna head down. Well, if you look over there, looks like our weather worries were unfounded. It did move off to the north and the east, and we got all that blue sky. So we would have been fine to stay up there, but you know, out here, better safe than sorry, because you don't want to get caught in weather in these mountains. It's super unpleasant. And this time of year, it can be anything, and most likely it would be a mixture of ice and snow, and trying to climb down on these rocks, yeah, it's not worth it. I thought the altitude and the terrain out here was going to be, you know, not really good for growing prickly pears, but they got a lot of prickly pear out here. Yeah, all these miserable fucking thorns fucking hurt, and we're in the thick of it right here in this wash. Sucks. God, they hurt. And those aren't just like the stickers that poke you and scrape. Yeah, those things have hooks. Crazy. From the top? Yep. Nice. So it's probably about an 8 mile plus or minus. Yep. So there it is. There's the summit that we did. That one straight ahead right there. 4F benchmark. And we did the long way up and around. And yeah, it was a fun hike, about 8 miles.